Good afternoon, everyone. I just got done with my usual meal prep, so thought I would make something a little bit different, and I'm making black bean burgers. So this is actually something that I've been making all week long, showing kids how to make these. They've absolutely loved them, but this is also, I changed the recipe up a little bit to make it vegan and also gluten-free. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe and make it yourself, because it's a pretty awesome recipe. But the first thing I did was, the first ingredient are black beans. So I use canned black beans. I just always encourage people to just rinse them off to get the sodium off. You can buy dried beans. You get a lot more out of them, but you do have to soak them. So again, I just rinse them off. So I have my beans ready, already rinsed off. I'm going to use a food processor here. So a food processor is helpful, but you don't necessarily need a food processor. You could always make these and just use a smasher to mash up the beans. But I'm going to add my beans. I may try to do this in a little bit of batches. There are 2 cans of beans in here, but I'm not going to put all 2 cans in because I think it'll just be too much and it'll be too hard for the food processor to work. Next, I'm going to add my sweet potatoes. I did already cook up these sweet potatoes, so I cut them up and then I baked them in the oven. So I'm just going to add my sweet potatoes here. And our next ingredient is corn. I just had frozen mixed veggies, so I just cooked these up and cooled them off. So I'm just going to add these. Not going to add all of these either. And then next, what I'm going to do is I will cut up my onion and pepper. So let's see, I have a green pepper here, so I'm going to cut this up. The recipe only takes for half of it, so I'm just going to do half of the green pepper. So my peppers, I just like to slice them, and then squirted at me a little bit. I like to slice my peppers and then chop them up. That's what I think works easier. I do have a food processor, so I'm obviously just throwing everything in there. I don't have to, again, use the food processor, so I probably don't need to cut these up too much. And you could just put them in afterwards and not put them in the food processor. You could just put them in a bowl, just mash up your beans however you want. If you want the beans or the burgers to be more mushy. So now I'm going to add a half of a red onion. So now we're doing red onion. So I'm just going to use half of it. So peel the outside of it, and then we are going to do the same thing I did with our green pepper, right? Slice it, and then I just throw in a little bit. And then again, just add it to our blender. Okay. Next, we have the flax egg. So does anyone know how to do a flax egg? Is anyone on? I'm not sure if anyone's on here, but so flax egg is really easy. So this is what I use in replace of the egg since I'm making them vegan. So all I do is 1 tablespoon of flax meal. So this is already flaxseed, already ground up. So we'll take 1 tablespoon, and then I add 3 tablespoons of water. 1, 2, 3. We are going to let this sit for a little while. It is better if it sits for a little bit. But we can add our oats. So you can use brown breadcrumbs. Hey, thanks for joining. So you can use, I'm making black bean burgers. So you can use breadcrumbs. I actually just used oats, and I actually just blended this real quick in my blender, and it worked really well. So it's pretty much looks like breadcrumbs or oat flour, but if you have, really want to make sure this is gluten-free, right? Gluten-free oats would be better, but most oats are gluten-free. So I'm just gonna add this. I'm not gonna add all of them here. They are really good. I'm super excited, but I haven't made these in a very long time. But I know it's a good idea to, or I think it's smarter to actually make your own veggie burgers or black bean burgers. And I feel like it's coming right now. It's summer, people are cooking out, and I've bought a lot of the processed burgers from the store, which are expensive. But I've realized, well, why don't I just make my own, freeze them? I have a ton of them. So we're gonna do this. So I'm also gonna add cilantro. So I'm gonna rinse these off first. And then I'm just gonna take the leaves off. Pretty easy. Hi, thanks for joining, if you're joining me. So I decided to make some black bean burgers. So I did my meal prep, just finished on my usual meal prep that I usually do. But then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make some black bean burgers. I feel like, you know, the summer is coming and there's gonna be lots of cookouts, and I've been buying all these processed burgers, and I decided I think I'm going to, you know, make some burgers and black bean burgers and just freeze them. So this is an awesome recipe because it can be gluten-free and vegan, so there's no egg in it, there's no dairy in it, and then I use oats instead of breadcrumbs. But you could also just use breadcrumbs. Alright, I don't know how much cilantro I'm putting in here actually. Probably about a cup. Might be more than I need, honestly. Alright, we're getting there. Takes time to peel all these leaves off here. Does anyone love cilantro? I hate cilantro. I know some people like absolutely hate cilantro. They say it tastes like soap. For me, I think cilantro gives great flavor. It is a great herb. I'm actually growing cilantro on my windowsill over here. And it's actually growing, which is super exciting. Not enough to obviously eat yet, but it's still pretty cool. So I'm gonna do about a cup. So I'm gonna say that's about a handful of cilantro, and then I'm just gonna chop it up a little bit here. It is going in the blender, but I'm not really sure how chopped up all this is gonna get, because this is a lot. So, okay, what are we missing? Oh, garlic. We're missing garlic. So who loves garlic? A show of hands. If you're on and you're watching, let me know if you love garlic. I absolutely love garlic. I use garlic powder actually a lot. I'm not actually so good at using regular garlic, but this recipe calls for it, so I will do it. And I did just buy some garlic, so we'll do a couple cloves here. We'll add a couple cloves and see how we do. Okay, so it just takes time peeling this garlic, cutting it up. You can buy the garlic, right, that's already peeled. I've seen that before. It's just a little more expensive, so I don't mind just peeling it. It just takes a little bit more time. Okay. I'm gonna peel our garlic here. Ooh, this one is like hard. I'm gonna have to cut this one to get it peeled. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna do 3 cloves of garlic. We're getting there. Garlic has lots of antioxidant properties, right? Garlic is so good for us. So many good things, good health benefits of garlic. So you love garlic. So it's going in the blender, so I'm not going to worry about chopping it up too small. So we're just going to chop this up. Whoops. A little bit. Okay. Alright, so I think that's good. 3 cloves of garlic. So I'll show you guys what I have here. So this is what I have in here so far. So I added my black beans, I added corn, which was just mixed frozen veggies. So there's carrots and peas in there too, green beans, but that's okay. I added the oats, I added cilantro, I added 3 cloves of garlic. I did not add the flax. Yes, they are very yummy. So I'm gonna also add the flax egg. So I'm also gonna add a flax egg. But you can see when you add your flax egg, it's like really gooey and thick, and that's what you want because you want it to resemble an egg, right? So we're gonna add that. Then the next thing we're gonna add is our spices. So I have chili powder and also cumin. I always tell people cumin is just like taco seasoning. So we're gonna add our cumin, and then we're gonna add some chili powder. Oops, the chili powder is actually just bought this, so I have to take the seal off. Alright, so we're adding our chili powder. Okay. And then I think we're good to go. So let's see how this goes. My top of my blender here is broken. There's a piece missing, so I don't have everything splatter. I just take a paper towel or towel on top of here. All right, so then we're gonna make sure we're on, and we're gonna blend it. So I'm gonna take the spatula will probably work the best. So I'm gonna take my spatula and just see how it's doing, and it looks really good. I don't want to crush it too much because I think it will be better with, you know, some food pieces in it. You can, but it's really up to you. I am gonna blend this a little bit more, I think. But it's really up to you, and if you want everything blended really, really well, pureed, right? Or if you'd rather have more of a burger with more texture. So it just really depends. I think I do have more black beans to add. So it looks pretty good, but I am just gonna add more of my black beans because I didn't put all of them in. And was there anything else? I think I just had more black beans and then corn. So I'm just gonna put the rest of that in there. I just put in there at top, blend it up. Okay. Go again. Good. We might have to mash it a little bit. I might mash it a little bit by hand with the beans on top. But what I'm going do is, I think, because I don't want to get it too mushy, is I'm just going to add it to my bowl here and then kind of see where we're at. Hey, it looks really good. I think the bottom of the bowl definitely got more, blended up a little bit more, for sure. So I love black bean burgers because, like I said, it's beginning to be, right, the beginning of summer. People are doing a lot of cookouts, and they're doing a lot of burgers and hot dogs, right? So what do you eat when you're plant-based, but you don't want to be rude either? Well, what I do a lot is I just bring my burgers. A lot of times, though, I will bring burgers that are already pre-made, but I do know that there are more preservatives in them, right? Because they're pre-made. And they're also expensive, and you can make your own, and it's just, right, it's more cost effective. You get more out of them, you can freeze them, right? So I think we've got everything in there, which is yay, and they look really good. So really the next step is just rolling these out, and then I'm gonna cook them and then freeze them. So just like the ones that you prepare or that you buy in the store, right? They're already cooked. You just warm them up. So I'm going to do the same thing. You don't have to cook them ahead of time, but I have froze them without cooking them first. And I just noticed that they're just like, the texture is weird. Hey, thanks for joining. The texture is just weird. So I'd rather just cook them up first. So it does take some time cooking these all up. But once I get them all cooked up, you freeze them. I have them for the rest of the week, probably the last couple weeks, which is absolutely awesome. So anyways, that's really it. It's super, super easy. Like I said, I've been making these all week long, or the last couple of days with kids, middle schoolers, and they absolutely love them. Obviously this recipe, I changed it up a little bit to make vegan and gluten-free, but it's basically the same recipe, and I did not use a blender. I just mashed everything up by hand, cut up everything real fine. So you also don't need a food processor to make these, but they're super easy. So make sure your hands are clean. It's gonna get kind of icky a little bit. Gloves are really nice. Like plastic gloves are really nice for this part. But what I do is just put them in balls, just like that. Roll them in balls, and then make them into little patties, just like that. And that's it. So then you bake them, or as I said, fry them is what I'm gonna do. Is just cook them ahead of time and fry them, but of course you can freeze them and bring to any cookout or anything and just grill them on the grill, which I think they're awesome on the grill. But I am gonna pre-cook these ones just because they're very icky, gooey, right? And it's just, especially for the grill, it just works better, I think. And the texture wise, you'll like them better if they're pre-cooked. So that's really it. So this is an awesome recipe. If you guys are interested in the recipe, I will post it below this video so you can get the recipe. And you can make them on your own. So I hope you guys make these. If you do make them, let me know what you think. I love black bean burgers because for me, I know I need to get protein and iron, and black beans are something I need to eat more of, but black beans are just not honestly my favorite thing to eat. I eat a lot of other beans, so a lot of chickpeas, which I love chickpeas, but I just eat them all the time, and then I also get sick of chickpeas. So I've been trying to also figure out what else can I do with beans that's different, right? And also what can I do to bring to cookouts and things like that. So I absolutely love this recipe. This is a good one. I have tried some other different recipes too that you can try. So that's really it. So I'm just gonna bake these, or not bake them. I'm gonna cook them. I'm just gonna pan fry them. Once I get them pan fried and cool them down, I'm just gonna wrap them up and put them in the freezer. So I'll probably freeze most of them, but I'm gonna get my hands washed and start cooking, and then I'll be out of here. But anyways, thank you for anyone that's joined. Again, if you are interested in the recipe, I will post it below this video so you can have it and you can make it yourself. And if you do make it, please let me know how it goes, how it worked out, if there's anything you added that made it better or you didn't add what was better too. Let me know. Alright, awesome. Have a good Sunday, everyone. Bye.